Hello everyone. Today I'm just going to provide like a sort of basic guide into how to play Hog EQ. I know I'm not that good at it, but I think I can provide some tips to people who aren't that good or are trying to learn Hog EQ, so hopefully you enjoy. And in the first match here, we're actually up against Lava Hound. So usually in this matchup, you want to play as aggressive as possible, basically. Just keep going for the Hogs, the Mighty Miners, because they don't have much ground cards. So I think here I just go for my Hog. Yeah, just to apply a bit of pressure, and then go for Mighty Mine opposite lane. The reason I went for that is obviously he spent a Lava Hound, so he's at 3 elixir. So now that he's defended the Hog, he doesn't have much elixir for the Mighty Miner, so now we just take his tower and then we just defend with a Firecracker. Obviously he can just spell away the Firecracker, but we already took his tower, and at this point I see that he goes for a balloon, and I know I'm not going to be able to defend. So what I do is, instead of defending, I just go out on the attack again. So the reason I did that is because he obviously spent those arrows, so now he's got no elixir to defend again, and it just puts us in a better position in this 1-to-1 situation. So we're looking pretty good right now. Obviously it does benefit Lava Hound in a 1-1 situation, but we did get a lot of damage, so now we're just applying a bit of pressure here. He does play a bad Inferno Dragon, so our Firecracker does get a bit of damage on the tower. And from this point we just need to like take his tower, then defend for a minute. He goes Lava Hound again, so here I just went for a Mighty Miner. Going for a Mighty Miner there is really good, because you can just pop the ability and go directly onto the tower if they don't play anything, of course. And obviously we forced out a bit of elixir, so now he's got no tombstone for the Hog, so we just go for our Hog there. And he just used his arrows, so we're able to cycle back to another Firecracker here. And he can't kill it since he just used his arrows. So we do defend here, just about. But he does go for another Lava Hound, so I just go for a cannon just to block it. Try to protect my tower for another 20 seconds, but then he does pull out a lightning, so we just basically take it. Can't really defend, so we just go out on the 3 crown now. And we already got a lot of damage there, so I just go for a Firecracker, go for a Hog. Keep applying pressure because I know he's low in elixir, and we take the win. So I'll see you in the next match. Okay, in the next match here we're up against this guy, and this guy's playing Royal Giant with the Ghost, which is a pretty bad matchup, but it is winnable. So obviously if you have Hog in your starting hand, it's always good to go for that first play. Maybe they don't have their counter in cycle, maybe you can just like starting hand them, but he did have Fisherman, so he does get King Tower. So yeah, I just go for a Mighty Miner. He does have the Ghost, obviously. He goes Ghost when I go for a Mighty Miner, which is a good play by him, since Mighty Miner is like the only good counter to the Ghost. So I just pop the ability, and then he just goes RG in the back. You just really, on defense, want to spam your cannons and Firecrackers if you can, but obviously they have Fireball. So yeah, Firecrackers don't really do too much. But like if they Fireball your Firecracker, they can't really kill your cannon. So you got that going for you. Then you just want to go for Mighty Miners on the RGs basically. Here he went for a Fisherman. I knew he was going to go for Skeletons to try to protect his Fisherman, so I went for like a preemptive ability there to take out the Skeletons. And then we take out the Fisherman as well. And then here obviously he goes RG Ghost at the bridge. It's a pretty good push by him since I had Mighty Miner nowhere near in cycle. But we did defend with Firecracker and Cannon with Skeletons to surround the Ghost as well. It's a really good tip just to surround the Ghost with Skeletons, so it takes 3 separate hits to take out everything. But yeah, So this point, just Mighty Mine on the bar barrel, just make sure I don't take any damage. And he goes Ghost in the back. So I just go for pop the ability so we can tank for the Hog and then go for a Hog as well. He does go for the Fisherman again, but he's focusing a lot on defense, so we're able just to defend pretty easily here with just the Mighty Miner. It's always good just to like pressure while defending. And then, yeah, we don't take any RG hits as well. And then we're in a good cycle here. You always want to go like Mighty Miner into the RG. And then usually they'll try to like Fisherman this Mighty Miner. So you want to try to cycle back to another Mighty Miner just to take out the RG. But he goes Ghost opposite obviously because I don't have Mighty Miner. So just pop the ability there, take out the Ghost. Since we're already back to another Mighty Miner, then I just pop the ability here just to take out the Phoenix Egg. And we're tanking for the Hog, so I just go for a Hog there. It's not really a good play just to go for naked Hogs in this matchup, otherwise they get a free Fisherman. So they just get a free counter push. You always want to be going for Hogs if you're like tanking for them. But here obviously we just defend again pretty easily. And if you notice the cannon placements, I'm always going like a 1 tile higher than the normal placement. The reason for this is because he has Fireball. If I go for it in the tile lower, he can Fireball my tower and the cannon. But in the tile I place it in, he can only Fireball either the cannon or the tower, so just makes it harder for him to choose. So here, I think, yeah, just Firecracker on the Phoenix. Just go for a Mighty Miner into the RG, always what you want to be doing. And we got a Firecracker supporting, so I just go for a Hog as well. Because Firecracker's basically going to damage down the Fisherman a little bit. And we go for Skeletons as well. That's a really good play, just going for Skeletons just to block for the Mighty Miner. So the Mighty Miner can take out the RG pretty easily. And then here we got a Mighty Miner Firecracker counter pushing, so I just go for another Hog here. And we do end up getting 2 Hog hits, which does put him in Earthquake log range, but we do have 2 RGs coming on our tower, so it's better just to focus on defense here. Don't want to be too greedy. And he does get down a 3rd RG as well, but we do cycle just to another cannon here. Go for another Firecracker. Just make sure we defend. No point trying to risk it, trying to take his tower. Yeah, that's good game. So I'll see you in the next match. So hopping in the next match here, this guy was playing Goblin Drill with the Demolisher and the Poison. So obviously we have Hog in our starting hand, so we just go for it. And we do get a good starting hand here. It doesn't have Cannon in cycle, which allows us to get a Hog hit. So it's always good to go Hog first play if you have it. But this matchup's not really too good for Hog, since they have a lot of counters and a pretty fast cycle. Usually you just want to go Cannons on the Demolishers, because they actually do a lot of damage. But usually you want to play opposite lane in this match. Just go for a Mighty Miner here. And what I like to do against the Driller is just log first and then go for like Spirit or Skeletons, because usually they'll try to pre-snowball. So going for a log first just makes them miss the snowball sometimes. He does have the Tesla as well, which is pretty bad since you can just play it high every time to avoid the Earthquake. But yeah, we just go Cannon, obviously, just to defend the Goblin Drill. But it does get pushed by the log, I think, and go straight to the tower. Luckily, it didn't explode on the tower or anything, but I think, yeah. So in this sort of matchup, you want to play opposite lane, obviously. So yeah, I go opposite lane. Since we did outcycle his Tesla, we are slowly outcycling him. Yeah, so you want to go like Mighty Miner opposite, everything opposite lane, because if you go same lane, you just give them a lot of poison value and stuff. and allow them to stack demolishers. Here I just went for a firecracker just for some chip damage. Does go for the drill again, but he played it on the side, so we were able to defend it pretty easily. Unfortunately, he did get his king tower up, but we did get a firecracker hit on the tower. And from this point, double elixir started, so what you want to do is just go hog in the back, basically. Because if you could just go hog at the bridge every time, they'll just respond to it with a Tesla. And you can't really outcycle them since they've got like a pretty similar cycle to you. So going for hogs in the back just allows you, like it forces them to play their Teslas late. So you're able to outcycle them. And then obviously you got firecracker just chipping away at everything. Then here we got like a pretty good counter push, got a mighty miner, got a firecracker, so I just go for another hog. I do earthquake down low here because I know he's going to play a high Tesla, and unfortunately we don't get any damage, but sometimes that's a good play. It might throw them off and you might get a hog hit. But here yeah, we just go for another hog, just go for an earthquake, just try to get as much damage as possible. Does play the high Tesla again, but nothing we can really do about that. And then he goes for the drill demolisher here, so we just have our cannon ready. Always want to go cannons on the demolishers or mighty miners. But yeah, I just go hog on the left because we got quite a lot of damage on the left, so I just switched my lane here. Since obviously we were down in damage if we were going on the right, so I just switched lanes here, went on the left since we had more damage there. He does go for a pretty bad Evo snowball though, since the drill already died, so the snowball didn't do anything. Then again, obviously you're going for the hogs in the back. I do go for a firecracker and a cannon here, try to predict a high Tesla, but he does play it low. So that just gives us a free earthquake, and then we're already back to another hog and is nowhere near his Tesla. So I go firecracker here, we do hit the knight. So we got a hog hit, or I think we did, but we got quite a lot of firecracker damage. Then we could just go mighty miner, go for another hog here. Just go drill poison. Another thing is always going with like hogs when they go for drills, because usually they'll try to poison, so they won't have too much elixir to defend the hogs. And luckily the firecracker did survive, so it got a bit of chip damage on the tower there. And from this point it's basically good game. We just need to defend now, so I just go for mighty miner, firecracker on the drill, go for another hog, earthquake. Yeah, and it's pretty much good game. So that's how you usually want to play this matchup, and I'll see you guys in the next match. Okay, hopping in the next match here. This guy I believe was playing Golem Vines. It's a pretty popular deck. I haven't really been seeing it too much recently though, but obviously got hog in the starting hand, so go for that. I just go for a firecracker here since he went for minions, so we just get a bit of chip damage on the tower there. And then I just defend the baby dragon with the mighty miner. So pretty standard stuff so far. Usually you want to be a bit aggressive in this matchup because the deck's pretty expensive, so you can outcycle them pretty easily. And obviously when your mighty miners do get close to the tower, it's always good just to pop the bomb, because I believe the bomb actually does more damage than a hog rider. So yeah, popping the bomb's always good. And he does have the hero mini P.E.K.K.A, which is a bit annoying to deal with. But we just have our cannon down, so that takes care of that. But he does have the furnace as well. Furnace is a bit awkward to deal with this deck. But usually you just want to tank like the first few fire spirits and go mighty miner on it or something. Then he does go minions, which does prevent me from going in with a hog or anything. But we do get another bomb on the tower, so that's like another 500 damage. Yeah, I just went for the E-Spirit because I knew he was going to pop the ability. just leaves our firecracker alive a bit longer. And then I didn't go for my mighty miner here, because if I went for my mighty miner, he would have probably just went mini P.E.K.K.A opposite lane and I wouldn't have had elixir to defend. So I just ate a bit of damage there. Always good to know when you're down in elixir. So just eat a bit of damage to prevent any more further damage. And obviously you want to go opposite lane as usual, so I just went Hog opposite lane when he went Golem. Forced out the mini P.E.K.K.A, so we can't support that with his Golem too much. And I just go Firecracker here, just to get a bit of damage on the Golem and the tower. And he did go for a bar barrel there, so what you want to do bar barrel, just go for like Skellies or E-Spirit or something. Try to keep your Firecracker alive if you can. Just forces them to spend more elixir on it basically. And here we do defend pretty well. And I just go Hog plus Skellies on the left, just to apply a bit of pressure. It does have the Evo Furnace, which does get a bit annoying, but all you need to do is just log it and then go for a Mighty Miner on it or whatever. Here I did have the cannon down, so that was just tanking for the Furnace, so that was fine. Then you just want to like spam Firecrackers basically, because they do have vines. So you usually want to get like an early Firecracker, force out the vines. Then go for like a second Firecracker after they've used their vines. So they can't really kill the second one. But this guy didn't even go for vines on the first one, so I was pretty much fine there. So then I just went a Hog Firecracker here, because I knew he was going to go for the mini P.E.K.K.A. He did play it like a bit late. I don't know if he didn't have much elixir. He probably didn't, because he went for the Golem in the back. But we did have the Firecracker also splashing on the left as well. And we just go Evo Cannon here, take out the minions. And then go for a Hog just to apply a bit of pressure. And this point is in EQ log range. So we just go for an Earthquake plus a log, and we do take a pretty nice win there. So I'll see you guys in the next match. Okay, hopping in the next match, this guy I believe was playing just log bait with the Dark Goblin. So it's a pretty good matchup since they don't have a big spell, so they can't really break through if you defend well. But Hog first play, of course, I think you know the drill by now. Does defend it with a Goblin Gang. I do go for Cannon in that placement, since it does full counter the Goblin Gang, and then we just go for a Mighty Miner. Unfortunately, we didn't catch the Princess with Skeletons, so I did go for a Mighty Miner, but it did get some damage. But usually you want to be a bit more passive in single elixir, and then start being more aggressive in double. And here, did go for a Hog just because it did defend the Dark Goblin, and also force out a response on defense, so that's always good. The Skellies were pretty bad there, since I did take some Spear Goblin damage, but at this point I'm just having my cannon hovered for another Princess at the bridge maybe. But he doesn't go for it, he goes for it in the back, so I just go for my Mighty Miner into it. Yeah, he does go for a Knight there, so I think, yeah, I just go for a Firecracker. Oh no, I go for a Cannon. Cannon's always good, since it helps you cycle to the Evo, and your Evo Cannon's basically your way of breaking through in this matchup. Since it's just broken, it takes out the Princess, takes out Dark Goblins, and then it's just a nuisance for them to like deal with if they play anything wrong. It's just a free Evo Cannon. So Evo Cannon gets a lot of value. Yeah, obviously just went for a Hog in the back, forced out like a late Inferno, so we could maybe try to outcycle him. Usually against bait you do want to go same lane, but I did have quite a lot of damage in the opposite lane. So I just started going in there on the right. I had my Evo Cannon hovered, and we did hit the Dark Goblin. So Firecracker was able to lock on to the Knight and get a lot of damage on the tower. Then, yeah, I think he had Evo Barrel in cycle, yeah. So against Evo Barrel, your main defense is usually you want to go E-Spirit on the fake barrel, then log on the right. Log on the real barrel. That's usually what you want to do. So when you know they have Evo barrel in cycle, you usually just want to save those 2 cards. Since like it's an even trade, or otherwise you're going to be taking damage or get like a negative trade against the barrel. So here he just goes Princess the Bridge. I just log it since I have Firecracker to deal with the Goblin barrel, so I just go for that. He does get a bit of Dark Goblin damage, but we are going same lane now, and he doesn't have a big spell, so I'm not too worried. And I just go for a Hog just to support the Firecracker. Go for E-Spirit plus Mighty Miner just to tank for the gang. Then I think we did outcycle him here, so I went for another Hog. And we could Evo Cannon on the Princess as well, and we do hit the Dark Goblin as well. So this is what I'm talking about with the Evo Cannon. Always want to be cycling to them, because they do get quite a lot of value. And I just cycle Firecrackers in the back, try to cycle to the Evo again. Go for Mighty Miner into the Princess. There we can just log the barrels. Usually if you don't have log in cycle for the barrels, a good alternative is going for like E-Spirit plus Skellies. If you play it right, they can also full counter a barrel. Then here I just Earthquake the Dark Goblin, since the Mighty Miner did get some chip damage on it to take it out. And then obviously just E-Spirit log on the Evo barrel. And then just defend the Evo Knight here. I did go Cannon there because I thought he would Princess the Bridge, but he went Goblin Gang. Didn't really matter too much since it took out the Goblin Gang anyways. Then here I have double Firecrackers, and so I just went for a Hog. Didn't have enough elixir for an Inferno Tower, so we did get some damage there. At this point it's basically over. All we need to do is just defend. So yeah, just go for another Evo Cannon, take out the Princess. And yeah, that's basically good game. This is like a really good matchup since they don't have a big spell, but if you play a bit too aggressive in single, they can sort of catch you off guard there and win from that. But usually it's a pretty good matchup if you play well. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next match. Okay, hopping in the next match here. I believe this guy was playing that Graveyard Cycle deck with the Furnace and the Ice Golem. So this is also like another really bad matchup, but you just cycle to the Hog, go Hog first play. He did go for the Cannon. I could have logged it, but I thought he was playing log bait at first, so I didn't log it in case he did have log bait. But then I saw the Snowball, so it was either Drill or Graveyard. So I just go Mighty Miner. There's a Furnace. So yeah, at this point I pretty much knew it's that Graveyard deck. So I just went for the Cannon here. That Cannon's a good placement since it does like counter the Furnace, and it's like close enough to the tower where it can help out against Graveyard, but it's also far away enough where the Fire Spirits don't splash the tower. So obviously you do want to go opposite lane in this matchup, so I just went Hog EQ here. And we do get some damage here since he went for a pretty bad Snowball there. So we are up quite a bit of damage, but obviously once it gets to like double and triple, they have complete control of the matchup. So here I'm just cycling back to another Hog. Go for a Cannon here. I went for the Cannon in the middle this time because I want to use a Cannon for the Ice Golem as well. So I didn't want him to go Ice Golem, Hog off, Ice Golem Graveyard opposite lane. But he does go in that lane. And what I went for there is I went for a Hog as well as soon as he went for the Graveyard, just to apply a bit of pressure while defending, so we can't like just poison and get a bunch of damage. And it also helped us outcycle him pretty badly there. So yeah, we got Hog hit, and we also forced out Evo Snowball, which was pretty good. And here we could just go Mighty Miner. It's going to take out the Ice Golem. And we could just Earthquake for Skellies, because the Graveyard's not being tanked for. So it shouldn't get too much damage. And then here, I went for a Mighty Miner. That Fire Spirit did connect, but I didn't want him to go same lane anyway, so I let him get some damage in the opposite lane. And I just went for Evo Cannon, just hit everything there. Go for an Earthquake here. Go for a log. Usually against Graveyard, you just want to go Earthquake log basically if it's being tanked for them. Maybe some Skellies as well. Yeah, but at this point he had like complete momentum of the game. Like he was just sort of had all the tempo. But we just went for a close cannon there just to help out with the Graveyard, and we did defend pretty well. Does go for the snowball there. So here I went for a Hog in the back. Just try to force out like a late cannon so we can try to outcycle him. Mainly like the main way you break through against other cycle decks, going for Hogs in the back. But here I just go for the cannon plus log and skeletons, just standard defense. And then just go for a Hog just to apply a bit of pressure again, because he did go for the ice golem. So it did prevent him going in for a Graveyard. And then it's pretty bad Evo Snow by him, because the Fire Spirits didn't really splash on the tower there. And yeah, so we just went for that. He did get another Fire Spirit connection there, so he was catching up in damage quite a bit. But we did get a nice Firecracker there, get some chip damage. And we did also pressure when he went for the Ice Golem, so we couldn't go in for Graveyard. Then pop the ability to tank for the Hog, then go for a Hog as well. And then I just logged the cannon here. Probably like not a great play. I should have logged the Fire Spirit on my tower instead, because he was catching up in damage. But I just went Hog EQ here just to try force out cannon, try to outcycle him here. Then here I just went for Evo Cannon since there's nothing tanking for the Graveyard, so I didn't really need to Earthquake. And here he did mess up the cannon actually, so we were able just about to win, otherwise we probably would have lost. But thankfully he did mess up the cannon, so we were able to win. But generally that's how you want to play against Graveyard, this sort of Graveyard deck, just pressure while defending and try to win like that. So I'll see you guys in the next match. So hopping into the next match here, we're up against this guy who is playing some Boss Bandit Golden Knight Bridge spam deck. So on paper it looks like a good matchup since they can't really kill your Firecrackers. But in reality they just have like so much pressure, so it does get quite hard to defend. But usually you just want to play a bit more passive, so because everything they play is basically a counter push for them. So yeah, I just went Mighty Miner into the Ghost, then Firecracker into the Cannon Cart as well. Yeah, I did pop the ability just to like force out another response, since the Cannon Cart was going to take out the Mighty Miner anyway, so it's a good thing to pop the ability, just force out another card. And then we just went Cannon plus Skellies from the Boss Bandit. And Mighty Miner as well, because obviously Boss Bandit is very balanced. But we did go for a Hog here, since he did waste his Zappies and his Boss Bandit, which was like his two best counters with a Hog, so we get quite a lot of damage here. And I think here I just went for an E-Spirit like that. Yeah, it's pretty good E-Spirit because it just kites the ghost around and it buys you time. You did get the King Tower activation, but we already got like quite a lot of damage, so I didn't really mind him getting King Tower. And then just went for a Mighty Miner to take out the Ghost and Golden Knight. So from this point, I think it's just mainly about defense. You can't really go in, otherwise they just get a free counter push and you get overwhelmed. So we didn't have our Mighty Miner for the Boss Bandit, so I was just playing my Cannon Firecracker, try to DPS it down, cycle back to a Mighty Miner. Yeah, so we defended that Boss Bandit pretty easily. And I just went for a Hog here since we did have a decent counter push. And again, he only has Zap, I think, so he can't kill off Firecrackers unless he has the Evo, which he did have there, but we still defended all of that pretty well. Then here I just went for an Evo Cannon just to like sort of kill everything. Then there he did go for a pretty bad ability, because if he didn't go for that ability I would have been dead, because I couldn't go for skellies on the boss bandit because the Mother Witch was there. But since he went for the ability, the Mother Witch wasn't being tanked for by the boss bandit, so we were able to kill that and then kill the boss bandit. And then at this point you just like spell cycle range, so just cycle to my spells and take the win. And I'll see you guys in the next match. So hopping in the next match here, we're up against this guy and he was playing Giant Sparky. So I just go Hog first base, since I didn't know he was playing Sparky at the time. So we do get pretty bad timing on that Hog, since he did go Sparky straight into the same lane. We didn't get much damage, but forced out a Skarmy, so it's only like a -1 trade, I guess. So I just cycle my E-Spirit in the back, get to my cannon. E-Spirit's good in the back since it's able just to like chain onto the giant, reset the Sparky and stuff. He did have a Mother Witch as well, so he did get like one Hog out of it, but that's not too much damage. Then he did go for like this weird play here. Just went for like a giant mini peck of the bridge when I had a firecracker alive. Didn't really understand it too well. But we were able to defend that pretty easily and then just get a nice Hog here. I did log thinking he might scar me late, but he did have a tornado as well. So yeah. So at this point I'm just trying to get my elixir back. He is spamming a lot of emotes. This guy is known for just spamming emotes. But yeah, I'm just trying to get my elixir up. They did go for Sparky, so usually you want to play your cannons first. Sometimes Firecracker first is good, but if you go for your Firecracker first, usually like by the time the Sparky reaches like close to the bridge, your Firecracker's already at the bridge, so it just gives them like a chance to kill it without having to waste their arrows or anything. So I like going for Firecracker second, just to like force out arrows so they have to like respond to your second one. But this guy did have an earthquake as well, so I wasn't really prepared for that. He had like a bit of a weird Sparky deck. But we do get quite a bit of damage there. We did predict his Skarmy. And then I just kept the Firecracker alive, went for another Hog as well. Forced out a Sparky, but Firecracker got like a lot of damage on it, basically killed it. So we could just earthquake that. So like the main problem was him having earthquake, so I just went for a cannon in the anti-earthquake position. Then try to cycle my firecrackers and stuff. Since he did have earthquake, he didn't really have a way to kill firecrackers. He did have Evo Zap, but we were just able just to like cycle back to another firecracker. Did go for that, but the giant's basically dead at this point, and so is the Sparky. And we're already back to another cannon, so I'm not really too worried. So here I think I just go for another Hog. Yeah, and log for a Skarmy or something. Did go Mini P.E.K.K.A plus Mother Witch. So not the best skeleton bio, since he did get like quite a lot of pigs there, but it's not too bad. Forced out a tornado from him, which is pretty good. And then here I went for the early cannon, because I know he's going to try to earthquake it or something. So I just cycle it early just to try and get back to another cannon where he doesn't have earthquake and cycle, like right now. So now like he has no way to kill the cannon. And then we have a pretty good counter push, because we can just pop our ability here, go for a Hog, log a Skarmy or something. And then I just earthquake here just to get a bit of extra chip damage. And then we just go Mighty Miner. I know I was going to pop the ability just to push it opposite lane. But like we have 2 firecrackers and a cannon on it, so I'm not really too worried. I'm gonna go for like Hog. He does go Sparky in the back, but we still get a Hog hit, so it's not too bad. He is catching up in damage quite a bit though. So just like start Earthquake cycling here, just to DPS down that Sparky, I guess. Do go for a low cannon here, because whether a high cannon, the Sparky would have just one-shot it. So I'd rather him just play an Earthquake on it, and we're able to cycle back to another cannon anyways. And then we just go for Earthquake Log here, and we do just about take the win. So good game, and I'll see you in the next match. So hopping into the next match here, we're up against 2.6, which is pretty bad. It used to be good when you had 3-card cycle, but ever since then, you know, 2.6 has got Hero, Ice Golem, Hero, Musketeer, and yeah, so it's pretty bad matchup now. But yeah, usually you just want to obviously just cycle your hogs. Went for an Earthquake there because I knew he was going to cannon anyways. I just went for an Earthquake knowing he would cannon. Then he did outcycle me a little here, since he does have quite a faster cycle, so he does get 2 hog hits there. But usually this matchup you want to just try to keep up with their cycle as best you can, and just try to pressure as well, like while they're pressuring. Here he did mess up his Ice Golem, so I knew he had to spend Elixir to defend the Mighty Miner. Then I just go for a Hog here, go for an Earthquake, try to hit skeletons or a cannon. And already we're up a lot of damage since he messed up that Ice Golem. And we do have cannon for his next Hog, so I'm not too worried here. Just waiting for my Elixir bar to get up, or waiting for him to go for a Hog. So yeah, he does go Hog in the back. They usually just try to do the same thing, try to like outcycle your cannon. I just went for a cannon in the anti-fireball position, and then just went for a Mighty Miner and Firecracker just to take out the Musketeer. He does like try to go in again, but our Firecracker's still alive, and we did get back to another cannon, so not really too worried, because since we're up a lot of damage anyways. So yeah, I think I just go like for another Hog here. Yeah, go for it in the back, just do the same thing. Only problem is they can really just stack Musketeers, but he does go for it in the left lane, so if he goes Musketeer in the left, that's just like a free Earthquake, and we can just like Firecracker into it as well, since he's like unlikely to fireball it since it's on the strong side's tower. And yeah, get quite a bit of damage there. Just go Musketeer on the right, so that just means we can go in on the left. And he does go in again, so we'll go for that. Go for a Mighty Miner, because I know he's going to like fireball or something. Let's go for that Ice Golem ability, so he does get some damage, I guess. But he goes for a pretty bad ability, since like the Mighty Miner was still alive anyways. But he did get a bit of damage, so I guess it wasn't too bad. Then you always want to play your cannons in like that sort of tile, since they do have fireball. So if you play it any lower, they can just fireball your tower and your cannon. So playing it in that tile just prevents them from getting like too much spell value. And here he was in spell cycle range, so just cycled some Earthquakes and Logs and took the win. So I'll see you guys in the next match. Okay, so hopping in the next match here, this guy was using Duchess, so like I immediately knew it's going to be like a Giant or something like that. He does go Giant in the back first play because they are pretty skillful. So yeah, I just went for a Mighty Miner into the Giant. Usually that's what you want to do. Just go Mighty Miners into their Giants. And then I just logged the Dark Prince so it wouldn't charge onto my Mighty Miner. And here I know they usually run Fireball, so I did play my cannon in the anti-Fireball position. And yeah, just went for Firecracker plus E-Spirit here, just to take out the Dark Prince. Almost got King Tower, but not quite. But in this matchup, you usually just want to spam your Firecrackers and your Mighty Miners and Cannons, basically. He does go for the Mini P.E.K.K.A there. I knew he was going to try to like bomber the bridge or something, so I did go Skelly's low there. And just Mighty Miner onto the bomber. And then he did need to defend that again. So I'm not looking too bad. Then I think here I just went for an E-Spirit just to reset the Dark Prince. And just went for another Hog just to pull it back. It's a decent play since he did have Mini P.E.K.K.A in cycle and we did get a hit from it. But here he just goes in, so I just go for a Firecracker plus a Cannon. Always want to like split it like that. You don't want to go like Firecracker near the Cannon. Otherwise it'll get like too much Fireball value. And Firecracker on the side, it usually allows you to like snipe the support units as well pretty well. So we're already up quite a bit of damage. But I think the main danger here is mainly just watching out for the Evo Bomber, because it's usually quite sneaky. And they usually just cheat their way and get a bunch of damage if you don't like keep track of it too well. But I just went for a Firecracker here. Went for it a bit up high so we couldn't like hit the tower and the Firecracker as well. Then I just went in for a Hog since the Mighty Miner is going to tank all the daggers of the Dagger Duchess. And again go for Cannon in the anti-Fireball position. He did go for all of that, but our Mighty Miner did come back, so I was able to help out against the Mini P.E.K.K.A and the Dark Prince. And then I just go for a Hog just to kite the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Unfortunately it did get a hit, but I'd rather it attacked my Hog Rider than get like 2000 damage on my tower. So obviously he does just go in again. So I just popped the ability here just to like damage down the Mini P.E.K.K.A, because the Mini P.E.K.K.A would have just killed it anyways if I didn't pop the ability. And then we do defend pretty well, only taking one Hog hit. Go for another Hog here. And I have Firecracker ready, but he does play his Mini P.E.K.K.A low. So I didn't go for my Firecracker there, because then he would just like Mega Minion right on top. So I just play it low, force out a Fireball. And then it's always nice if you just go for like the second cannon here. Then you can just get like your King Tower off the Mini P.E.K.K.As or Dark Prince sometimes. And then just go for a Hog, then pre-log just to like guarantee a hit. It does go in again. As you can see, it's basically like the same defense every single time. Nothing's really too different. Then we just go like Mighty Miner on everything once the Giant's dead. But yeah, I knew he had Evo Bomber, so luckily I did block it there. Then obviously you just go for the same defense again. This matchup's pretty simple. The only way they win is if like they get some like sort of lucky Mini P.E.K.K.A or Free-Zap or Rager Skeletons or something. But other than that, if you defend like this, you should be pretty good against most Giant players. So yeah, this was a pretty much good game now. Just the same defense again and again. So yeah, hopefully you can see how to defend against these Giant players. Just usually want to track their spells and their Evo Bombers and stuff, and you should be fine. But yeah, that's a good game, so I'll see you guys in the next match. Okay, hopping into the next match here. This guy was just playing like bait, like the spam version with the Rascals and Dark Prince and stuff, I think, on Skelly Barrel. So I didn't really have my cannon in cycle for the Skelly Barrel, so I just went for a firecracker into it. And I just went for the cannon on the gang. Then I just cycled to a hog. Always want to go like hogs with your firecrackers, otherwise they just get like a free king tower otherwise. So yeah, we did like get a hit there, and he did mess up his Dark Goblin placement, so we were able to activate, like he wasn't able to activate his king tower, I mean. So yeah, his deck is just like complete spam. So in this matchup, usually in single elixir, you want to play like pretty defensive. Just try to respond to whatever they play. You don't want to play too offensive, otherwise they just like overwhelm you in single. In double elixir it's okay since you'll regenerate elixir a bit faster, but in single just want to defend mainly. So yeah, just waiting to see what he plays. He goes Dark Prince, so I'll just go Mighty Miner into it. I did play my Mighty Miner a bit back, so I did log the Dark Prince, but he did go Dark Goblin as well, so I did get some value out of it. Then here I just Earthquaked. He did get a bit of damage, but we defended that pretty well. I think the main problem is the Evo Skelly Barrel. If you don't have your cannon in cycle for it, it does get a bit tricky to deal with. But yeah, so I just went Mighty Miner into the Dark Prince again. I think I went for a hog with this maybe. Yeah, because we were coming up into double elixir. I did try to like pre-log his Dark Goblin. It wasn't a good play, but I didn't know he had a rocket as well. So yeah. But here I just went, I think I went Evo Cannon here. Yeah, because it counters the Wall Breakers and hit the Skelly Barrel as well. And again, just like the other bait matchup, you want to be cycling to your Evo Cannons pretty fast, like as much as possible, since they do help you break through in these sort of matchups. And I just went Cannon for the Wall Breakers and log the Skelly Barrel. I did not go for a hog here since my push was basically dead anyways. And then just went Skellies on the Dark Goblin. Cycle back to another Mighty Miner for the Dark Prince. And then, yeah, he does go Skelly Barrel, so I do have my cannon in cycle for it. Yeah, without cannons, Evo Skelly Barrel does get like a bit tricky to deal with, because then you'll have to like firecracker on it and stuff, and they might, like, they'll most likely just hit your tower and get a bunch of damage. So it's always good just to have your cannon when they have Evo Skelly Barrel in cycle. And goes for Wall Breaker just to defend the firecracker, but that means I just don't really need to defend them. And I just firecracker here, take out the gang and provide a bit of a counter push. And we do get a hog hit. So at this point I just start Earthquake cycling now. And then he does pull out the Rascals for like the first time the entire match. And that was what I was talking about with the Evo Cannon. He just hit his Dark Goblin there. Like, I didn't know he was going to go for it. But it's just like those random stuff that help you win games. And then I think at this point he's just like desperate. He's just sort of spamming now. But yeah, we just have our cannon for his Evo Skelly Barrel. Do get a nice log there, hitting his Dark Goblin. And then he does get one Wall Breaker connection here, but it doesn't really matter since we're up so much damage anyways. So yeah, I just start Earthquake cycling now. Yeah, go Mighty Miner there. I think I did misplace it on the wrong tile, but it's fine because I could just pop the ability anyways. Yeah, E-Spirit's also pretty good against the Skelly Barrel. You do take some damage, but if you don't have Log or Earthquake in cycle, E-Spirit's like a good alternative. Then we just cannon for the Evo Skelly Barrel as always. And yeah, that's pretty standard game. You couldn't really break through because like our defense, as long as you defend well, they can't break through at all. Okay, hopping in the next match here. Unfortunately, I wasn't really recording these live, so hopefully you're okay with me showing replays. I'm sorry I couldn't record them, but up against recruits, he had a bit of a weird recruit stack with like Hog Rider and Demolisher, but like he still had arrows, fireball and everything, so I thought I might show it as well. So here I just went for a firecracker. Didn't really like know that he had Demolisher or Hog Rider at this point, so I was just treating it like a normal recruits deck. So I just went for a Hog here because the two main counters to your Hog are Zappies and Cage, and I just outcycled both of them, so I went for a Hog there. We do end up getting 2 hits. Then I just go Mighty Miner here, take out the Golden Knight, and unfortunately it did die, so I was forced to use my cannon on the Demolisher because I didn't really want to take like the explosive damage or whatever. So I was preparing him to go for like Royal Hogs or something. It would have really been a good play, but I don't know why he didn't. So he just gave us a free Earthquake, I guess. Just go recruits the bridge. So I just Firecracker here. He does have arrows, but he does play like recruits and arrows, which is 10 elixir, so we can't really play anything more. And the play I like doing is just go Mighty Miner in the middle. Then just popping the ability usually takes care of most of the stuff there. But yeah, even though he doesn't have like Flying Machine and stuff, this is a pretty bad matchup still, since like they always have a way to kill your Firecracker. Then this is like the point I realised he had a Hog, not Royal Hogs. Which, I mean, I guess it's good, but then again, like if you play a cannon in the wrong lane, then you're sort of screwed if they go Hog opposite lane. So my Firecracker got a bit of chip damage there. I was fine going for it at the bridge, because like if I played it in the back, he was either just gonna like arrows it or fireball it. So there's like no point of playing it in the back. Yeah, I just went for a log. It's a pretty good play going for a log and then Mighty Miner ability. It basically takes out the recruits and then Evo Cannon just to counter the Hog here. And it's obviously helping out against the left recruits and the Demolisher as well. But he does have like most of the tempo in the game now. I'm just sort of playing into him. So I just set up another Firecracker, just setting up for another defense here. Just go for a Mighty Miner as well. Since he has no Zappies, so I'm fine going for it. Just to take out the Golden Knight. Get another bomb there. Bombs are already like always good on the recruits, just to knock their shields off and stuff. Yeah, he does get quite a lot of damage unfortunately, but it's like basically even on both sides. So I'm not too worried. Obviously, like we're not in a good situation anymore, but go for a Firecracker. Try to hit the Zappies, but just go for a high cage and then arrows as well. So we're not looking too good here. But yeah, I just go for Mighty Miner. And go for another Firecracker on the recruits. As you can see, I'm always like going for the ability on the recruits just because it like does so much, knocks them all back. Does a lot of damage to them as well. Then I just try to log Firecracker, get some chip damage. But unfortunately I didn't really get anything there. Yeah, I just blocked the Zappy, but yeah, like he has all the tempo. So I just go for Firecracker there. He did like start Fireball cycling, so it was safe to go Firecracker there. You want to go like Firecracker on your strong side tower usually, because either they won't spell it down, but if they do spell it down, then it doesn't really affect you too much since it's on your strong side tower. So here I just went for another Hog just to, because I needed to pressure him a bit, otherwise I was just going to get overwhelmed. And then obviously he goes Fireball and Arrow, so I just needed to Earthquake log and hope it did enough. And then we do just about take the win. So yeah, hopefully that helps you with beating recruits. I know it's still a pretty bad matchup, but hopefully this helps. Okay, hopping into the next match here. We're up against Graveyard with the Vines. This matchup really goes either way, but usually Graveyard wins. But here we did starting hand him. We did go Hog first play and we started handling him, so we got quite a bit of damage there. Then I just defended with all of this stuff here. So yeah, pretty standard start. He does go for the Furnace. So I think I just let the Mighty Miner walk up and then I just went for the bomb. Hit the Furnace and the tower, so that was pretty good. Got quite a lot of damage there, then I just went for a log. I went for a Firecracker as well, just to take out the Furnace. And obviously, like on Graveyards, if they're being tanked for, usually you just want to like Earthquake, log or Skeletons or something. Then he did go for Vines, which I don't understand, since the Graveyard was basically dead anyways. So looking pretty decent right now. And I just waited for the Goblin Hut to die. Then I just went for a Hog here. Did get back to another Goblin Hut, but we got a bit of Firecracker chip there. So it's not too bad. And we're basically back to another Hog and is nowhere near his Goblin Hut. So yeah, I think I just blocked the bridge from the Knight because I didn't want him going Graveyard. We didn't block the bridge, but maybe he thought we did, so we didn't go Graveyard there. And I just went for a Hog here, since like he had a Goblin Hut nowhere near in cycle, so we were able to get 2 hits off of that. And yeah, from this point it's just like all about getting like good defenses and stuff. So I go for this cannon placement like as before. It helps against the Graveyard and the Fire Spirits don't splash the tower as well. So it's like a pretty good cannon placement against Furnace. Then if you noticed, I went for a Hog when he went for Graveyard, because I wanted just to like apply a bit of pressure while defending. So I just went for a Hog there, so we couldn't go all in with the Graveyard. And also it just let me like completely outcycle his Goblin Hut again. So we got another Hog hit there. This counter push looked a bit scary. He had like a Knight and a Berserk and Evo Furnace. So we just like earthquaked on the Graveyard. Went for E-Spirit as well, because E-Spirit's pretty good at chaining on all the skeletons. And then yeah, defended that pretty well. Then don't want to go with a Hog here because he does have like Furnace. So I just went for like this stuff and block the bridge as well. But yeah, it's just like the same defense, going earthquakes on the Graveyards and stuff. And yeah, he did get a bit of damage, but we're like up quite a lot, so I didn't really mind. And then yeah, just block the bridge again, make sure he can't tank for the Graveyard. I went for another Hog there because he did outcycle his Goblin Hut again. Then I went for a Firecracker as well, since he did have Bar Barrel. So I just went for a Firecracker there, since you can't really kill the Firecracker. And then from this point, he's just like an Earthquake log range, so yeah, I think he just gave up. I did BM him as well, because he is a Graveyard player after all. But yeah, I'll see you in the next match. Okay, hopping in the next match here, up against a Graveyard Freeze player. So this matchup, I think it's pretty decent for Hog, but is very easily losable, especially with the EO Inferno Dragon. So I just went for a Hog first play here. Well, second play I went for E-Spirit first, I guess. But in this matchup, usually you just want to spam Firecrackers. Like, if you look at their deck, like, they literally can't kill your Firecrackers. They're all on defense. So, like, that's your main way of defending. Then I just go Mighty Miner here just to support the Firecracker a little bit. Then I pop the ability as well because it just forces out another response on the Mighty Miner. Otherwise, like, the Mighty Miner probably would have killed the bowler, but he wouldn't have, like, the Mighty Miner would have died as well. This way, forced out more elixir, and the bowler and Golden Knight died as well. And I just went Hog Skellies here. I went for Skellies as well because obviously I know he has Tornado. So either the Skellies get a lot of damage or he has to play another card onto it. Then, like, yeah, just Firecrackers like that because he can't kill them at all. So it's just like free chip damage, I guess. And his deck's pretty expensive, so if he does like try to predict it, he's going to be down on a lot of elixir. Yeah, so Firecracker got a lot of chip damage there. Another thing with this matchup is always want to be playing in both lanes because if you stick to one lane, they'll just keep like stacking cards in that same lane and you won't be able to go in at all. So yeah, always want to be playing in both lanes here. I went for another Firecracker here and went for a Mighty Miner. I knew he was going to Tornado, so I just went for a Hog immediately on the right. Just playing in both lanes, as I said before. And we did get a Hog hit there. So here I just cycled a cannon. Played my cannon there to help out against the graveyard. But yeah, here he has the Evo Inferno Dragon, which is a bit scary. But yeah, I just blocked the bridge here, so we can't really tank for the graveyard. I did go Earthquake as well, since with Graveyard Freeze, it's not like Graveyard Poison where they will like the tower will take out the rest of the skeletons. Like, they could freeze last second and there could be like 3 or 4 random skeletons on the tower. So it's always good to like Earthquake the graveyards, especially when they have freeze. So we did defend that pretty well. He did get a bit of damage, but we're okay. Then I went for another Firecracker here, tried to like get some damage. But yeah, forced out another Tornado, which is nice. And I just went Cannon, just to defend the bowler. Then I went for another Hog, because I thought he might Graveyard again. So I just went for a Hog, just to like pressure while defending, so we can't really go all in. And yeah, like at this point, he's playing cards on the right now, because he wants to go same lane as me. So again, what I do is I just play in the opposite lane. Just make sure they don't get like too big of a push in one lane, otherwise you'll just get like overwhelmed. Always want to split their cards up. And I'll just go Cannon here, just to counter everything basically. Like, his Inferno Dragon did get on my tower here, so I did knock it back with the Mighty Miner. I knew he was going to freeze, that's why I went for the Cannon there. Yeah, he did get a bit of damage, but just cycle back to another Mighty Miner. And we defend, but isn't looking too good since we're basically equal on damage. So I just went for another Hog here just to apply a bit more pressure. Yeah, I went for E-Spirit Log. Just like taking all precautions, because even one skeleton can like lose you the game in this matchup. So here, yeah, I'm just applying a bit of pressure. I didn't realise that the Hog got a hit here, so I actually just Earthquaked the wrong side, but we do just about take the win. That Golden Knight almost hit my tower, but we do take the win. So yeah, that's usually how you want to play the matchup. And I'll see you guys in the next match. Okay, hopping in the next match here, we're up against Piggy's Earthquake, which is pretty terrible matchup if you ask me, since like Royal Hogs are already like really hard to deal with by themselves, but then they also have the Archer Queen, which is just broken against Hog basically, since you can't kill it at all. But yeah, he goes for the Royal Hogs. I do just go Cannon though. I did Firecracker here because I thought he might Earthquake, but he didn't. So yeah, I just went for a Hog just because I didn't want him to get King Tower very easily. But he did get King Tower, but we did force out like a defensive Earthquake and an Ice Spirit as well. So we were able just to like take out the Queen. We were just a Firecracker and a Log basically. So yeah, I played my Cannon down low since I knew he didn't have Earthquake in cycle. So like I just played it low since he can't really kill the Cannon. And yeah, do take some damage on the right, but we do want to play opposite lane anyway, so I wasn't too mad about that. Then here I just go for a Firecracker just to like snipe the Queen, because like Firecracker does outrange the Queen quite a bit. It's like one of your main ways to kill Queens on defense. And we do force out like another Cannon and everything. Another thing is, you do want to keep your Evo Cannon in line with their Evo Royal Hogs, since like that's like your main defense against it. Like I went for it here, since the barrage, I guess, it does hit all the piggies, so it does drop them all down. So yeah, like if you don't have an Evo Cannon, like half of them will still be flying and they'll just make it to your tower and you'll be taking a bunch of damage. So yeah, you don't want to keep your Evo Cannon in line with the Royal Hogs. Then yeah, I just play my Cannon like that. Play my Cannon high, then push it with Skeletons, the Royal Hogs. Just so you can't Earthquake the tower and the Cannon. Then here we do outcycle him pretty badly. Like he's nowhere near his Cannon. So we do get like a Hog hit. Then again, I think he goes Royal Hogs again. See, no, he goes Queen. Let's go Queen on the left there. So we can't really push into that. But what you want to do is you want to go Mighty Miners in the back on the right. Try to force out Queens on the right and then go in on the left, basically. But here he was in like a pretty awkward cycle. So I was able to like go Hog in the back, Mighty Miner in front. Then he did go for an early ability, so I did get like a nice Firecracker here. Then again we got Evo Cannon in line with his Evo Royal Hogs. Also I did go for a defensive Earthquake. It's like, you don't need to be afraid to go for defensive Earthquakes, because it does damage the Hogs and slow them down, so he didn't really get any damage there. And again, he did like outcycle me sort of, so we did get one Royal Hog to the tower. But it's like not too bad, we are up quite a bit of damage. Then he did force out the Queen ability, so again I go Hog in the back, Mighty Miner in front, and it's like the same play over again. He goes for like another Queen ability, then I just get a nice Firecracker onto it. Go for Skellies as well, just to block, keep the Firecracker alive. Then again, always going for like that high cannon, then push it with a Spirit or Skeletons, just to avoid the Earthquake there. And we do outcycle him pretty hardly. Yeah, like he doesn't have cannon anywhere close. And did defend again with the Evo Cannon with the Royal Hogs. So yeah, that's usually how you want to play this matchup. But it's pretty hard. If they play you well, then you'll most likely lose, but maybe it gives you a chance at winning. So in the final match here, we are up against Giant Graveyard, which is like, used to be a decent matchup, but ever since they got Hero Mini-Peg and Hero Giant, I don't think it's too good of a matchup anymore. But usually, like your main way to win is just the Firecracker. Like they only have arrows to kill it, so Firecracker gets a lot of value in this matchup. Also, they don't have a reset for your Mighty Miner, so that also does quite a lot. Yeah, just E-Spirit just to chain onto the Witch and hit the tower as well. And then I think I just log it. I was expecting him to go for like a giant in front, but he didn't. And he did waste the arrows there, so I just go Hog Firecracker opposite lane, since he's got no arrows to take out the Firecracker now. And he does get King Tower up here, but we did get like 2 Hog hits. So it's not too bad. And like the same with the Graveyard Freeze matchup. We always want to be playing in both lanes. Just play opposite to what they're playing. Like even if you have a lot of damage in one lane, you do want to like stick to the opposite lane. Otherwise they'll just overwhelm you. So here I just went for a cannon. Then just go for a Mighty Miner as well. Good thing about Mighty Miner is like, and the Hero Giant, even if they pop the Hero Giant ability, you can just pop your ability just to get back there. So like, it's basically them just wasting 1 elixir. So yeah, we did defend pretty well there. Unfortunately the Witch did lock onto the tower, so he did get a bit of damage. But we're still looking pretty good. And then here I'm just trying to get my elixir up. I'll just go for a Hog since it's got no mini P.E.K.K.A. Does it go for the bowler? Yeah, so I didn't go for my Firecracker there because I thought he might go bowler in that position. But I do go for it now, since it's like bowlers in front of the tower, so I'm going to get some chip damage on the tower. And yeah, forced out a lot of elixir from him, so we're basically just able to defend. And we go, it's like the same as the giant, we just go Mighty Miner into the giant. Yeah, cycled an early Firecracker, forced out arrows. So now like I know that he's not going to have arrows for the next Firecracker. And then he does go Graveyard, so again with like other Graveyard decks, you just want to, usually Earthquake Log is like your main defense against Graveyard. So here I actually did like a high IQ play. I went Mighty Miner here, making him think I was going to go in on the left. Then I popped the ability and then just went all in on the right. And he didn't really have much elixir to defend. So we were able just to basically take out his whole tower there and just win the game. But yeah, that's usually how you want to play. If this guide helped you out, please do consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you later. Bye.